Let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the group number two, and our topic is spelling and punctuation. My name is Daniel, so I will continue with spelling. The spelling is a convey that regulate the using of graphings. Graphings are a system of reading to present a language in a written form. Also, the spelling is used to form words with the correct letters in the correct order. Also, in the spelling, and at least the 18% of the words are already done in the connected way and according to the regular rules. Also, the spelling is used to to form words in a specific way. Also, to follow the rules of the language.
Okay. The next, please. Okay, we're talking about punctuation, and also here you have basic spelling rules. For example, the graph, letters, suffixes, prefixes, and combination. So I have here some examples that you can watch. Watch it. The next, please. Okay, we have the graph. As you can see, there are some examples that we can use it, like chair, church, cost, laugh, fun, graph. So, and also we have letters. For example, we have already seen this in another subjects about the letters, right? For example, C, that we can represent as a K, right? And here you have some example as a cam, cat, cap, carrot, camera, coffee, cat. So, and also there are suffixes that it ends in xion, 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 and xian. And here you have some example like creation, expression, musician, expansion. So the next one are prefixes, and here you have the example for forecast, forcing, international, middle, midway, and also we have a combination like it and out. For example, light and thought. Okay, and my classmate is going to continue. Thank you.
Hi guys, so my name is Jennifer and this time we're going to talk about advice to students. First of all, as you can see here, that it's as well as teaching this rule is quite useful for to give student advice of some generations that apply to a variety of words. Okay, first of all, we have to keep in mind that children are never too young to learn that pronunciation and spelling are closer interrelated because students should know that spelling is like a really like to reflect it in pronunciation. For example, in this case, I have the a word that is Wednesday is, as you can see, is pronounced Wednesday. So where the first D is silent. That's the reason why this lack of complete letter to sound matching, like in case of many words that we would like to admit, such as Worcester, the name of English city which too many students surprise is pronounced like exactly Worcester. So it's important to make like aware of how differences in spelling affect pronunciation. First of all, that is because, okay, another example is moral and moral are stressed differently, right? When we spoken out loud. And this is the reason there is a clue they can use to learn and or learn to understand which spelling to use which for concepts. Uh, for example, uh, listen moral that the stress is on the first syllable and morale that the stress is on the second syllable. So it's the best to pair such word when teaching them to insert that for each word. Like that's the reason why spelling and pronunciation are learned together. So that's the opportunity to my classmate. That's all for me.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Jensen, and now I'm going to teach you or tell you about a couple of activities that you can use during your classes to teach spell. Now, practice tasks for spelling. The first one is dictation. Dictate a set of words. What basically you just dictate a word or a set of words, and then you invite your students to spell letter by letter and check if their ability to spell is right or not. The second is word definition. This is basically similar to crossword. For example, you dictate a definition of a word and they must write the correct word. The next is provide the target words. Well, in this case, you just write a word or you have a paragraph, but you click or tick off some special or some mean letters that are missing and they are going to repair them and write the correct letters. Now, the last for dictation is provide the L1 translation. This is, or you can use it when you know your student's level. The second one is recall and share. This is a particularly useful for words spelled irregularly. Now, basically, you just write the words in a whiteboard, blackboard, write a set of words that you must teach to your students. Then you ask them to watch them and try to memorize it. Then you just erase all the words and invite your students to tell you what are the words that were written there. Now, then you make a review and and try to take your. Then you just write the correct words where it's supposed to be and tell them if your words are right or not. Now my classmate is going to continue.
Well, continue with the topic as the main idea of the information we read. We could notice that also the teaching process of punctuation and spelling could be affected by the previous knowledge that our students could have, and it will vary depending if we are teaching the English language in as a second language, because they could transfer some errors of spelling, because the way they spell words in Spanish, for example, they could transfer those errors to the spelling of to English words. So in that case, there are some situations that we could face when we are teaching, and in order to improve or to avoid that, we could know that there are some basic rules that do not change through the time. So there are like the basis of the spelling. So some rules for suffixes and prefixes, as my classmates were talking about. So in that case, we could create a knowledge for our students in order to teach them those rules. and they could apply those rules to the new word that they are going to learn. So in that case, we could create a base if we have a poor base um, that we found before when we started to teach them. So there are also some other activities as attention, as recall and share that my classmates were explaining before. And in order to improve that, we could apply and adequate them to our students' level. So my classmate will continue.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm Benjamin, and I'm going to continue with our topic. And now we talk about practice tasks for punctuation and capital letters. And here I have the first one, which is inserting punctuation. Well, this task consists of giving our students a text with no punctuation or capital letters, where the students are invited to correct it. For example, a conversation where are no capital letters or no commas or no quotation marks. Then we have capitals. Well, this task consists of dictating a mixed list of proper and common nouns. Students are asked to write them down and capitalize where appropriate. Then we have dictation. Well, this task consists of dictating a short and fairly simple story when the spelling is not a problem, but which needs quite a lot of punctuation and capital letters. And finally, we have recall and share. Well, this task consists of giving our students 2 minutes to look at a text like the example I gave in the dictation task, and they are asked to reproduce it without looking back at it, and with the punctuation and capitals accurately inserted. And then they can share the results before checking it with the original text. So that's all, everybody. I hope you like our broadcast. So thank you for being in our broadcast. Okay, bye bye.